let's take a look at our top selections for Dan Illman, Mike Beer. Race number 10 at Keeneland on Saturday is the Grade 1 Madison Stakes for filly and mare sprinters. We're going 7/8 of a mile, and let's take a peek at this field. Very interesting for a 7/8 of a mile race, Mike. There is not a lot of early speed in here. The 4 Bell's the 1, the 6 Sconson. They come out of the Breeders' Cup filly and mare sprint, but they both like to come from out of it.
Yeah, they are closers. This race, if nothing else, Dan, and we'll see how it plays out, but it's not setting up the way the Breeders' Cup filly and mare sprint did with a wicked pace. These two horses both ran well in there. This race is going to set up, it looks like, entirely different.
What an opportunity then for the number 3 Monday Call. Let's throw up the Timeform US Pace Projector. They have Monday Call clear in a blue bar situation, favoring horses on or near the early lead. And when she was on the early lead at this distance, 3 back at Ellis Park, she popped a big Beyer speed figure. She was caught up in a wicked duel in the 8 Bells 2 back when Sconson ran her down. My problem is I did not like her Miss Preakness at all. Maybe she's just not as effective when she doesn't make the lead.
It could be, Dan. I mean, this pace projector is obviously to Monday Call's advantage. When you look at the race, it's hard not to give her 2 and maybe even 3 looks, Dan, because you know where she's going to be or supposed to be in this race. I'm just not that big a fan of her, so it made it hard for me to want to take her. At 8-1 on the morning line, I'm not arguing, though.
I would think that the number 5, Kamari, maybe not the greatest gate horse in the world. I would think that she has to be closer to the pace in here. She's tactical enough, and she sat just off last time at Oaklawn going 5.5.
Yeah, she's got to be closer to the pace than the pace projector suggests. We'll see where she winds up.
Saninas, the number 1, comes off a breakthrough victory in North America. She is a Group 1 winner in her native Chile. Let's watch the Grade 3 La Cañada going a 2-turn mile and a 16th. And there was a quick pace up front. She blew to the lead, and she just dominates a field that maybe isn't the strongest. Fighting Mad's okay. Hard Not to Love's okay. They're no match for this horse, who pays $16 to win. Now, Mike McCarthy wanted to run her back in the Beholder Mile. She tied up the day before the race. She had to miss it. Now we're turning her back to 7. Her tactical speed should at least keep her close to the pace, but I wonder if this distance is a little sharp.
Yeah, I don't mind her turning back, Dan. Boy, she was just a tough sell for me. She ran fine in that race we just watched. I feel like a lot of that win had to just do with the field she was facing. It wasn't a good one. You mentioned Hard Not to Love and Fighting Mad. I mean, Hard Not to Love just, for whatever reason, tailed way off form and just didn't run well before they retired her. And Fighting Mad's just not very good, even though she's a Grade 1 winner. So when you factor that in, I thought she ran fine 2 and 3 back in the 1-turn mile in Kentucky, but neither one of those races made me want to bet her back in here.
A potential upsetter to consider is a horse I know you've liked in the past, Mike. That's the 2, Estilo Talentoso, 3rd start off of a summer layoff and might be racing herself back into shape. Now, she ran in the Wayward Lass, going 2 turns in her seasonal debut. She chased a very fast pace in a race that went to a pretty decent closer. Lucky Stride would come out of that race to win a stake at Laurel. Then she ran in this race, the Barbara Fritchie, cutting back to the 7/8 of a mile distance, and she was very patiently ridden on the turn while everybody got away from her. Then she floats really wide, turning for home, and she's pretty game to get for second. I didn't like how she was drifting.
Yeah, I thought she ran actually okay in here, Dan. I can't say that I cared for the ride that she got. Even if you want to say, I understand what he was doing. The 2 favorites were both speed horses. Maybe he just thought they were going to hook up and it was going to set up for him. But man, he left this filly with way too much to do last time. I thought she actually ran okay.
The potential lone pace setter is the 3, Monday Call, who ran a very fast race at Ellis Park, then had no chance when dueled into defeat in the 8 Bells. Now she has to come off an October layoff. We haven't seen her since Preakness Day. She was just flat in the Miss Preakness. She loomed large, 3 wide, turning for home, and there was just nothing in the tank in the stretch.
Very disappointing effort the last time we saw her. We'll see if she can rebound. Boy, she has that Audubon Oaks, Dan. When you look at that race and then look at the pace projector for this race, you feel like she's got to be super tough in here. That Audubon Oaks is really the only race that she's run, though, Dan, that would make me even give her a second look. I mean, I know she has some talent. I'm just not that big a fan. Boy, the 8-1, I'm not going to argue with that price if you can get it. I wonder if she takes money in here.
Bell's the 1's a cool late-running mare. She's won 7 of 15, including the Derby Day Distaff, another race in which she absolutely got the right pace setup. The favorite, Serengeti Empress, was involved in a brutal pace battle up front. Bell's the one picked up the pieces and just got her nose down. In the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint, the pace was fast. Gamine and Serengeti Empress are very good. B, the pace held up. Bell's the one came wide. She was game to finish third. Can she stay close? Because in the Madison last year, she stayed relatively close to the pace. I just wonder, though, if that saps her kick.
Yeah, it's probably not what she wants, Danny. You're right. In this race last year, they went a very slow pace in front of her, so she was very close to the pace and then just couldn't find enough to get there at the end, although the winner of that race was actually a very good horse. So we'll see what kind of trip she can work out. I thought her Breeders' Cup, was fine, Dan. You're right that the pace was there. I mean, she just missed second. She was really gaining ground at the end of that race, but it was too late.
Kamari may very well be the most naturally talented horse in the race. She's 3 for 3 on dirt. She's done excellent work on turf, and she won her seasonal debut over Muddy Going in this race, the Spring Fever, where she broke her beat slow. She rushed up on the outside. She swings into the stretch. Joel Rosario just rides her out to the wire. This is exactly what the connections were looking for in a comeback. It probably didn't take anything out of her, and she popped a 97 buyer.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a very strong field, yeah, but I think you're right. She won it the way that you would want to see her win it, and she did it by keeping up close to the pace as well, which could be a good sign for her, because if they go slow in here, she's supposed to be forward. Still a lot to prove, I think. Still a lot of questions as far as her durability goes. Her last 2 wins, her 2 races on dirt are both wins, but they're also both sloppy tracks. So we'll see. I guess 7 furlongs could be a little bit of a question too. I just think she's really talented, and she's supposed to get the right trip in here.
I think she's going to be the horse to beat in here based on what we've seen throughout her career. Sconson is the 6, and maybe 3-1 is a little light because I think the jury still has to be out concerning her overall quality. She won the 8 Bells last year, but again was the beneficiary of a good pace. The Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint, James Graham did everything he could do. He saved every inch of ground. He tried to sneak through along the inside, and she flattened out late. I do think there's a little bit of upside. I wish she had a better running style.
I agree with all that stuff. I think there's upside here. She was good last year. Yes, she needed a fast pace. I mean, both of those last 2 wins on her card last year, Dan, are both the sort of carbon copy races where she had really fast paces and came running to close them down. When she didn't get that set up, it was a little harder for her to win. I thought she ran fine in the Breeders' Cup. She got a great ride in there. She had a look at it. Not quite good enough. She could easily improve this year, though.
And you'll get a nice price on a grade 1 winner to complete the field. Fair Maiden is 8-1 on the line. She was 20-1 when she pulled off an upset in the La Brea. She just didn't run very well at all in the Santa Monica last time out. I think there was an opportunity for the jockey to get forward down on the inside and maybe shoot on through and grab the lead. The pace didn't seem to be very fast. They decided to rate, sit in the pocket, and she had nothing in the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if she can rebound. I suppose her La Brea would give her some kind of a chance in here. I got to be honest, I didn't care for that race overall. And just based on this filly's overall form, I thought she was pretty hard to like.
Top pick time for the grade 1 Madison Stakes. We'll see if pace makes the race. Kamari's Mike's top pick. I believe she'll be a lot closer to the pace given an alert break than where Timeform US has her.
Yeah, I thought so too, Dan. I got to be honest, I struggled with this race a lot. I'm a big Bells the 1 fan. I just didn't want to take her on top because I don't know if she's going to get the setup that she needs in here. I'm going to hope Kamari can do it, Dan. I hope she can get the 7. I hope she sits the right trip in here, and a fast track is no problem.
I'm using the 5 Kamari. I hope Sconson, the 6, drifts off her morning line. I think she has upside, and she has shown the ability to run well fresh in the past. It's all about whether she gets enough pace. 6-5-4-3 for me, 5-4-3-1 for Mike. Grade 1 Madison, race number 10 at Keeneland on Bluegrass Saturday. Good luck.